Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
Hi, my name's Evan, and these are my friends Victor and Tristan. Now, guess what? I'm gonna give you $5. Excited? You should be. But there's a small catch. It's not a $5 bill, or 5 loonies, or even 20 quarters. You can have 500 pennies. Ha, ha, ha. If you're crazy and still want my $5, just know this. It's impossible. In fact, it's illegal to purchase any item over 50 cents in pennies. Sorry you won't be buying yourself some actual lunch, but I guess if you were really hungry, you could buy 20 gumballs at 25 cents a piece if you took the time to buy them separately. So, do you still want this worthless pile of copper? Canada hates pennies. But luckily, our country has finally seen the light. Our government has stated that in the next budget that they will no longer be producing pennies. Hooray! No, you say. I love pennies. They're so cool and they're made of copper and they got a leaf on their... No! Pennies are bad. No, not bad. They're evil. And I'm going to show you why. But first, a little introduction. This is a penny. Penny, 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 penny. Now, if you do not know what a penny is, then you're kind of stupid. The first penny was minted in 1858, along with the nickel, dime, and 20-cent piece. For all of you laughing at me, saying that I made a mistake, no, I'm smart. It was actually a 20-cent piece, but for some reason they thought it would be cooler to be 25 for some reason. But this is a documentary not about quarters, but pennies. Before 1858, Canada used British currency, but Canada soon realized that they were too cool for the British, and as we've all learned in social class, went through Confederation. Go Canada! Unfortunately, now that you've been formally introduced, the penny must leave. We, Canada, are banishing him. But it's not because he's a mean coin or because he killed somebody or anything. It's simply because he's too expensive to make. Now, two things have happened over the past years to make this so. The price of copper rose, and, unfortunately due to inflation, the buying power of the penny dropped. Now, in 2006, the metal of the penny was finally worth more than the 1-cent coin itself. When people realized this, they started melting down the coin into its raw metals and selling them for profit. Now, in a normal world where all of life would make sense, the government would stop producing pennies and be happy people were getting rid of all these extra pennies lying around all over the place. Now, of course, politicians are not usually the brightest crayons in the box, and they decided to pass a law making the destruction of melting pennies illegal. Good job, guys. Now, remember that penny I was talking about earlier? The one made in 1858? Well, it didn't look anything like what's on the sidewalks of the city all across the country. They were bigger. Way bigger. Ye old penny was a bit bigger than the quarter, being 26 millimeters in diameter and weighed 2 grams. Now, in 1920, the same thing happened where copper was more expensive than the penny itself. The government decided that they would make the coin smaller to the size it is now, about 19 millimeters, and the new and improved penny was 20% smaller, and now all of our country's penny problems were fixed. Right? Well, no. In 1980, the penny was getting too expensive to make. Again. Now, to fix this problem this time, they made the coin 12-sided to help the blind people figure out what it was. You probably can't tell, but I'm making air quotes because there was a more devious reason. Making it 12-sided made the coin smaller, and that means less copper was needed for production. But, alas, the evil plan did not work, and it happened again in 1996. Now, in this magical year, besides the birth of one of the awesomest people ever, me, the government actually thought of a good idea. Did you notice how I said materials when talking about the present penny and copper when talking about the old one? I didn't really expect you to, but you must be pretty smart if you did. Hats off to you. As much as it looks like, the penny doesn't really have that much copper in it, only about 4.5%. The rest is mostly steel. This made the penny much cheaper to make and made everybody pretty happy. Now the government was able to turn the penny back from 12-sided into a circle again, because apparently blindness was cured. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately for everybody, inflation grew like crazy. We laugh at our grandparents when they tell us that a can of Coke cost 5 cents. Like, that's crazy. Imagine how much Coke we could have bought. But then again, an allowance was about 25 cents, so it kinda does make sense. Huh, get it? Cents? Yeah, sorry, that's a bad joke. Alright, well, let's move on. Now we are back in the future. Good old 2012, where there is major pollution and the unavoidable apocalypse that will unfortunately happen before Christmas. Right now, the penny is worth about 1/12 of the old penny, and that gives us major problems. Let's go on a field trip to the Royal Mint. Do you want to go buy your own penny from them? Great! Well, do you have 1.6 cents? Because that's how much it costs to buy a penny from them. Every year, our government goes to the mint and buys $18 million worth of pennies at the price of $29 million. Our government wastes $11 million buying these worthless pieces of copper-plated steel, all just to make us happy, and have been buying pennies for more than 1 cent since 2006. 6 years of this. Come on, people. Another reason pennies are a failure at their only purpose in life is that it is impossible to get rid of them efficiently. Have you ever tried to pay for something in exact change? Let's spend some of our pennies that we have saved up in a giant glass jar, but where? Vending machines don't take pennies, and neither do parking meters. The only place that accepts pennies is this guy. So we have already made the penny smaller, made it out of cheaper materials, and even helped the blind people in an elaborate scheme. But what else is there to do? The thing that we should have done a long time ago. Get rid of it. Completely. But Evan, if we get rid of the penny, stuff will get more expensive. No random person that keeps questioning my authority, it will not. Australia has gotten rid of their 1 cent coin, as well as Norway, Switzerland, and even the UK. The UK probably got rid of the €1 coin, most likely for its size though, for it is stupidly small, but nonetheless it is gone. All of these countries have gotten rid of their penny, and not one of them have gone through major inflation. In fact, there was almost no difference at all. The world did not blow up and everybody is perfectly fine. Of course, America hasn't gotten rid of their penny yet, but if you think this is a reason for us to keep it, let's just say America isn't the best at realizing it has flaws. You ever heard of the imperial system? Have you ever tried to convert inches to miles? Math class in America is way worse than what we got here in Canada. So what does this mean to you? Well, it's actually really simple. Every price will be rounded to the nearest 5 cents, and you will pay that. Oh no, well suck it up, it won't be that bad. You will at most pay 2 cents more. Like everything, you win some and you'll lose some. You won't actually lose that much though. In fact, mathematicians have crunched the numbers and determined that you will actually save 1 cent for every 40 transactions. Don't ask me how, but the equation probably looks something like this. They say the only times that you will indefinitely lose money is if you are buying something 99 cents or less. So basically, as long as you don't shop here, you're fine. But then again, nothing in the dollar store is actually less than $1, so I'm pretty sure you'll be fine no matter what. Now, if you're going to continue to be difficult about this major switch, I might be able to cheer you up a little bit. First is that credit and debit cards will not be affected by this, and you will be able to pay the exact amount the register says. Exactly the same as it's been since credit cards were first invented. Now, second is that huge jar of pennies you've been collecting for years is not worthless, don't worry. Although it would probably be smarter to sell them for the raw metals inside, stores will still be accepting pennies. You can pay to the nearest 5 cents with pennies if you want to, but I don't really see why, but whatever floats your boat. By now I hope I've gotten it drilled into your head that pennies are bad. They are bad for the economy, bad for countries, and considering how many germs are on a single penny, bad for people. To put in your mouth at least. There is one more problem though. Nickels. 1 nickel costs 9 cents to produce, almost twice as much, so don't worry about the penny. I'm predicting it will have at least one friend with him in coin heaven.
Let's go interview some people, see what they think about the penny.
Okay, so what are your views on the penny in general?
What can I say?
Do you like it? Do you not care? Is it, do you find a use for it?
Not really.
No?
No, I think that it takes more to produce it
Than it is worth,
I
right?
think it's 20% now.
Useless, good that they're getting rid of it. It's good yeah.
I don't like it at all, actually. It's really excessive. Having to roll up the pennies and send them back to the bank.
Penny very important for us. Your $1 will never be complete without your penny.
My take on the penny is that it should be eliminated. It actually costs more to make pennies than what they are worth, and eventually, like stores and businesses, like it will all balance out if we always estimated up or down. So I wouldn't see a problem with getting rid of them.
And so when they give you your penny for change, do you just put it in the...
If there is something there, or I say, Do you have, like, say if they don't have any, like, you need a penny? I always leave it if I can, if not, I take it.
I never throw my pennies.
Okay.
I always keep them.
And if you have them, do you, like, if you get them in change, do you put them in the little box
No, I
in
don't.
front? You keep your pennies all the time?
It's always with me, and I will always use them when I buy.
They kind of add up on the
Yeah, kind of does it.
sometimes.
I don't throw them away because they're still money, but they are a nuisance and they can add up and you can just have way too many. So
I normally just keep the pennies until I have a whack of them and I take them out.
I keep them, yeah, but it's always a hassle bringing back to the bank.
And if you drop your, like, if you're walking down the street and you drop a penny, do you pick it back up or you just say, it's a penny, I don't need it?
I probably walk away from it.
Just leave it where it was?
if I happen to drop them, I don't usually pick them back up, but if I do find a penny on the street, I pick it up. Lucky penny mentality, I guess, still sticking around.
I know how to just leave it.
Nope, just leave it.
Yes. Yes.
And you collect your pennies and then you take them back to the bank?
Yeah.
You do what you don't?
No, I don't. No.
Alright, cool. And so do you like it the bit of the penny?
I do. I think so. At the end of the day.
I heard about that, yeah.
What do you think? It's good or bad?
I think it's a good thing. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Trust me, I work in the casino. I know that it's getting abolished.
I think it's really cool that lots of charity organizations are collecting them.
Yeah, before they go out, right? Okay, Paul?
Yes, I do.
Do you know that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I am aware of that.
Cool,
And I
thank
look
you.
forward to it.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back in Penny Lane.